Hey guys, Ghost here Dave here with a Destiny 2 Shadowkeep weapon review. Today we look a little bit different because we're looking at Mercy's Caduceus Blaster. No, seriously, why does this hand cannon look so much like Mercy's pistol? But aside from that, this is an adaptive frame 140 RPM hand cannon like the Ostringer or Kindle Orchid, Ace of Spades as well. But the role we have is extended barrel of fluted, we're rocking extended for range. We got accurized or extended mag, we're rocking accurized for range again. We have Eye of the Storm, which this weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower, very useful. And we have Kill Clip, reloading after a kill grants increased damage for a short time, and obviously no one's going to complain about doing more damage. We're pairing it with Top Tree Dawnblade, Wings of Sacred Dawn to roleplay the Mercy vibe, and we have Wardcliff Coil, so instead of having a pocket Mercy, we have a pocket Pharah. So if you're looking to get yourself an Ancient Gospel, the way you go about getting this hand cannon is by doing the Garden of Salvation raid. As far as I'm aware, the hand cannon only has a chance to drop from the third encounter chest. After beating the third encounter, you have a chance of getting the Ancient Gospel, the raid pulse, or a piece of armor. So if you're looking to get it, do the third encounter, run it, and hope. However, because of this, they made getting good rolls of all the raid weapons incredibly easy, by making sure that they only have 4 traits in each of the 2 slots, and making sure that those traits are pretty good. However, your barrel, magazine, and masterwork options mean more than ever now, as hand cannons had their effective ranges hit pretty hard. So we're just going to run through them real quick. For your barrels, small bore gives you a +7 range, +7 stability with no drawbacks. Hammer Forged is similar, as it is a +10 to range. Corkscrew Rifling is +5 range, +5 stability, +5 handling, again, no drawbacks. However, arguably the best barrel for PC is Full Bore, as it gives you a +15 to range, with -10 to stability and -5 to handling, which here on PC, the negatives don't really mean that much since it's mostly stability, and that huge range increase is really nice. For your magazine option here, we have 2 clear winners, and then 1 you just don't want. So the 2 clear winners are Accurized Rounds, which is a flat +10 to range. We have Drop Mag, which increases your reload speed by 30, but you lose the ammo in the magazine if it was not empty. And then the one you really don't want is Alloy Magazine. Faster reload when the magazine is empty. Seriously, not that useful of a perk when you could have Drop Mag or Tactical Mag or literally anything else. The other options here are Tactical Mag, Extended Mag, and Steady Rounds, in case you were wondering. So we're on to our first trait slot, and as I mentioned, it only has 4 options, and all 4 of these options are really good. So we're starting off with the Rapid Hit. Rapid Precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed, stacking up to 5 times. We have Slide Shot, sliding partially reloads his weapon's magazine, and temporarily boosts range and stability. We have Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower. And we have Outlaw. Precision kills greatly decreased reload time. As I mentioned, I'd be happy with all 4 of these perks. So in our second trait slot, we have 3 great traits and 1 that is just not as good as the others. The one trait that's not as good as the others is Dragonfly. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion matching the weapon's element. It's okay, but it's not the greatest in PvP. Even with the Dragonfly spec, it just doesn't feel that worth it. Especially when the other traits are really good. Like the one we're showing in this video, Kill Clip, reloading after a kill grants increased damage, which is really nice, obviously. Nobody complains about doing more damage. While it doesn't change your optimal time to kill, it does mean you're allowed to land more body shots and still reach said optimal time to kill. Our next trait is Rangefinder, which gives increased zoom magnification, which then also gives you a longer effective range, which, as I mentioned, they recently got nerfed, so anything that increases your range is a good trait or perk. And then the final one is Swashbuckler. This is our first 140 to roll Swashbuckler, and it's actually a really good thing. If you're a Titan player and you play lots of Fist of Havoc bottom tree, and you proc Frontal Assault, getting a melee kill gives you ×5 Swashbuckler, while getting a kill would only give you ×1, but getting a melee kill gives you that ×5, which Frontal Assault allows you to 2-tap. This is one of 2 140 hand cannons that can currently 2-tap with very easy setup, the other being Kindle Orchid, which is my favorite hand cannon in the entire game with Rampage Kill Clip. However, this one simply getting a melee kill gives you the 2-tap potential, which is a really nice trait. So like I said, all of these traits are good, which means we have a lot of possible really good rolls. Some of the best trait combos in my opinion are Rapid Hit Kill Clip or Outlaw Kill Clip, Slide Shot Rangefinder, Eye of the Storm Rangefinder, Eye of the Storm with Kill Clip if you have Drop Mag, or Swashbuckler with Rapid Hit, Swashbuckler with Slide Shot, or Swashbuckler with Eye of the Storm. So we talked about the randomness to this weapon being the random rolls. Now let's talk about this weapon's inherent stats. When it comes to 140 adaptive frames, they commonly have very strong, reliable, well-rounded stats, normally pretty high. And that's very true for this weapon, seeing as all of its stats are better than the other popular Energy 140 Kindled Orchid. So, inherently, its stats are higher, it's got awesome rolls, and it keeps the same 140 2-tap potential that Kindled Orchid has, so this weapon would be better than the Kindled Orchid, right? I've seen this weapon get a lot of praise with the Swashbuckler roll, with a lot of different rolls. People really like this hand cannon. I, personally, with Kindled Orchid being my favorite hand cannon in the game, I didn't share those same thoughts, and it's because of one of the inherent things about this hand cannon. As you've been watching this, I'm sure you've noticed this hand cannon has a very unique sight. As with all hand cannons that roll barrels, not being able to roll sights, they have unique sights. Either that or they reuse a set one. Commonly, like Not Forgotten, uses the Fast Draw hand cannon sight, which is my favorite legendary hand cannon sight, or things like Kindled Orchid have a unique sight as well. As for this weapon sight, I really don't like it because of how open it is. Normally, with Fast Draw being the parentheses sights or Kindled just being a very tight sight with the things on either side being incredibly close to the dot in the center, that makes lining up headshots very easy for me. I'm not the type of player who simply puts the dot on someone's head. I also have whatever is to the right and left of the hand cannon on the sides of their head, so it makes it a lot easier to flick or track onto the head. The Ostringer as well, being one of those parentheses hand cannon sights, I always have the ability to use what's on either side to line up exactly where their head is and thus where my dot is, and it just makes aiming with hand cannons a lot easier for me when I'm able to do that. But because this hand cannon sight is so open, those brackets are so far away from the dot, I don't have that luxury. When you have Eye of the Storm or other range-inducing perks, then sometimes you'll notice that your bullet magnetism is greater. People pointed out with weapons like the Ostringer that you could have the inside of the parenthesis bracket on someone's head and you'd still land a headshot. But no matter how godly your roll is of this hand cannon, that's never going to happen here because they're kind of like weird claw parentheses. They're unique. They're so far away from the dot where your bullet is actually going to land that it's just not a factor here. That is something that will never happen, and because of that, I think that this hand cannon is weaker. I know that this is a thing that some other players have experienced and agree with, so it's not just the me issue here. However, it is not an everyone issue. Some people, they don't care what the hand cannon sight is. They're focused on the dot at all times, and they don't even try to line up the side brackets to put them around someone's head. It's not a thing for some people. They don't care about the sight. They simply care about the stats that the weapon has, and like I mentioned, this weapon has very strong stats, it has very strong traits, and very strong rolls overall. So if you're that type of person, I highly recommend you go ahead and get this hand cannon. However, if you're the type of person who does care what the hand cannon sight looks like, this might not be the hand cannon for you. Seriously though, overall, it's a good hand cannon, and honestly, part of me just kind of wishes it didn't look so much like a sidearm. It is really shrimpy as well. But, point stands, it's a great hand cannon, just not the hand cannon for me. If this video helped you, if you liked the gameplay, if you liked any of this, or you want to see some other content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, do whatever you want, but most importantly, make sure you go ahead and have a great day. Oh, and I really don't recommend Wings of Sacred Dawn in PvP. No matter how pretty they make you look, there's just too many drawbacks.
Well-fought victory. You fight like a demon for these zones. Bring me your friends. I need more like you.